Oh, there's a giant schlong on top of the camera. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another day in Wisconsin. Well, today is actually quite warm outside. I'd say probably 40 degrees almost. But today we're gonna go over a full run through of the Ford Mustang, my brand new 2019 Mustang GT, all the features, everything like that. So here it is, 2019 Kona Blue Mustang GT Premium. This car is used. I believe when I bought it, it had 7,300 miles on it. We're currently, or maybe a little bit more, 7,500, 400, somewhere in there. We're currently at like 7,700 miles. I drove it a couple hundred miles home, and it's currently here. Car's currently on. Take a little listen. Alright, so night fell very quickly, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna continue in the garage. We gotta pull the BMW out and then pull the car into the middle of the garage, and we'll go through the exterior features, interior features, and nighttime gives me a good opportunity to show you guys some of the features of this car that can only be seen during the night. So kind of a little bit of a benefit of having it during the night. So let's pull the car out and then swap them. Alright, so we're gonna step into the Mustang real quick. And a little sneak peek at the interior here. Put the foot on the clutch. And bring it into life. Alright, so the car is currently inside. So first things first, let's take a little look into the key right here. Basically the same key as the F-150. We are missing one button. Obviously this one doesn't have remote start because it is a manual. Other than that, it's basically the exact same key with the Mustang on the back. Starting off, this front grille is a little bit different design from the 17 and 18. They updated this. They added a little vent right here, and it just overall made it a little bit more aggressive. You got a little bit of a splitter. Honestly, the car isn't too low. Like, the wheel gap isn't terrible, but it's not a very low car. I think my BMW might be lower than this. You have the 19-inch alloy wheels. Obviously you got the little 5.0 badge because it is a 5.0. The car's very dirty because of all the driving I've done. The car is driven. So coming over to the back, you got a little bit of spoiler here. Got the GT badge. We have a quad tip exhaust, reverse light down here, and then the other two exhaust tips, and the fastback look right here looks really aggressive. Really good. This paint is super metallic-y and it's awesome. If you come up to the hood, this is a giant hood. So got the two little vents here. These are actually real vents on top of the engine bay right here. And that's basically the outside of the car. So before we hop into the interior features, what I want to do is I want to open the engine bay for a second here. So here's the 460 horsepower 5.0 V8 in this car. Looking like everything is pretty clean down here. Nothing much to see. Everything's basically covered up. We've got the V8 right there. I would take this off, but I tried to take it off yesterday and I couldn't take it off. It needs a strut bar on top of the motor. 100% intake. We can take it in through here, so maybe get the intake upgraded. And then obviously you have the little slits for the vent up into here. So yeah, pretty interesting. Not much to see down here. But we'll close it up and we'll go back inside. One thing though is it does have a prop rod, which is pretty interesting because I don't know, my 2000 BMW Roadster has the hydraulics, but the F-150 had it, but this one doesn't. I don't really understand it, but oh well. So stepping into the interior, the Mustang plank right here actually changes colors according to the ambient lighting. I'll get into all of that in a second here. So this car currently has 7,740 miles. So this car is optioned. You immediately notice the carbon dash option, which also gives you the carbon shifter here. This is basically a $1,200 option from Ford. So yeah, someone spent a pretty penny and paid for this. So starting off with the gauge cluster right here, we'll bring the car into life right now. You've got a little bit of a screen in the middle, and then you are basically greeted by the analog dials right here. I might swap this cluster out for the upgraded one that did come in the 2018 and 19 models. I'm not sure if I want to because that is like a $1,200, if not more, for that gauge cluster, but it looks really good and I might consider doing it, but Not too sure yet. We'll go through all these menus here right now. So you've got your fuel, your trip, you've got your track apps right there, you got driver assist, and then you got your settings. So settings, for example, you go into my color, ambient lighting right here, and then you've got the ambient lighting dim. You've got all the options. Obviously it thinks we're in the day because we are under the lights, but we'll go through all that in a second here. We've got the Ford screen right here, Apple CarPlay, all of those options standard in this thing. Touchscreen, pretty responsive, no complaints there really. Overall, it's the same screen in the F-150 practically. This one doesn't have navigation. The Apple CarPlay does, so if you plug your phone in, you have navigation. So it doesn't really matter that this car didn't come with that option. And then we come down here, we've got all the climate controls right here. Then we've got the radio dials right here. You've got heated, cooled seats, and then you've got the start button. You've got your hazards, you've got your traction control and advanced traction control, your steering options, and then you've got your gauge modes. So in the steering you can go from normal to sport to comfort, which is pretty interesting, and then you get the little screen prompted right here. In this one you have normal, sport plus, track, drag strip, and you have wet snow. So pretty interesting options right there. Go through all of that once more right there. And then you have your traction control, hold it for 10 seconds right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then right there you've got your advanced track off. It might even be 5 seconds. Advanced traction control is basically stability and traction control off. If I flip that up, turn it back on, and just click it once, normal traction control turns off. We'll leave that on for now. We don't want to hit any crowds. So yeah, I wish this was a wireless charger. I might swap it out with the wireless charger. Other than that, you've got the glove box right here. Basically nothing in there. You've got a little spot right here for your owner's manual. It just tucks right up into there. Close that. You've got 2 cup holders, and if you do look right here, the ambient lighting is in the cup holders. It's also in the door handles and underneath your feet. So pretty good options. You've got your little armrest here that actually opens up. You've got a little USB outlet. You've got a cigarette lighter right here, and you've got a little space for your stuff. And you got the back seats. I have some camera equipment back there. Not much happening back there, not a lot of room back there. I will definitely try to fit myself behind myself. If you guys make sure to subscribe to the channel, I'll do that in a future video. You've got these kind of suede seats with the leather, which looks really nice. And that's basically all of the interior. So now that we have the lights off, you get the Mustang floodlights on both sides. And then, okay, this is much more like visible now. This is currently blue, and this changes according to the ambient light color. Got the ambient lighting right there, in the feet right there, and then right there, and in the cup holder. You can change this color between blue, light blue, red, orange, green, and purple. Oh, you've got a variety of options. You can also change the halos. If we come on and fire the car up, turn the interior lights off, you get the halos around the car. When you turn the lights on like that, the halos are currently purple, but you can switch in between. The video coming out in the future is going to be me going out, taking out for a drive, all of that, and we're going to do cool, fun things. Modification video, I'm going to make what I want to do with modifications, what cars I want to mod, all of that coming in the future. So yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. I haven't sold the BMW. The BMW is literally sitting right behind me outside. So just took it out. You guys probably saw it. So there is content coming out on that. You just got to be patient for it. That car is just kind of, you know, sitting right now because it's salty and snowy. And alright, so other than that, I don't really have anything for this video, but I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Other than that, I'll see you guys next.